Getting ready like I got something deep to say. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is William Bootsy Blandon. And this is just going to be more of a rant because sometimes when stuff just hits you, you got to talk about it right away. For the first time in history, I believe, it actually paid off for me to be broke. Let me explain. The SBA, I think the government in general in the past, they've always catered to the rich, and they still do to some extent. But when the SBA came out with all these criteria to get this SBA money, for those of you who don't know, I've managed to get quite a bit of money out of the SBA legally. We got to state that. Because everybody think you're always trying to do something shady. Legally, as an Uber driver, acquired quite a bit of money from the government. The only thing they might consider, the government might consider a little bit shady because they're just sticklers, is the fact that I'm using some of my grant funds, keyword grants, not the loan, EIDL grant funds, to start new businesses. And watch this video to the end because I have a gem. I found a way, I'm not going to reveal the website, but the way you can basically buy a business in a box. Running. You don't have to do nothing. And eventually I might reveal that source once you become a client because I'm going to try it myself. Got to state it in. But for the first time in history, it actually paid that I was in a low income environment, that I was a broke Uber driver, and I got most of this money so far, guys, I've accumulated from the SBA was absolutely forgiven already. They're grants. Never mind what we're going to be able to do when we have some spendable corporate credit, the SBA loans you can get. The SBA, in a lot of ways, could build up your corporation. And that's what I'm going to use them. Take that to my advantage and use the SBA. This is why I'm going to pay these niggas back. I'm going to pay the SBA back, but hopefully I'm going to drag it out to the end because I think even the loan is going to end up forgiven. I'm trying to predict right now, but I believe the loan, the EIDL loan, is going to be forgiven. And I didn't take the $71,000 that I could have got. I could have got $71,000 out of the government, guys. You imagine what I could do with $71,000 because I have all this knowledge. But I also know that because I have all this knowledge, there's no rush because the corporate credit is coming, guys. I'm not just talking about Z-Tegrity for those of you who are in Z-Tegrity. I'm talking about through my own efforts with my original holding company. It's coming. I waited all this time to finally get my shit together, and work on this stuff. And I think that's where a lot of you are kind of upset because I'll tell you, I got a comment recently on one of my videos, and I could tell it was a Z-Tegrity Black Table member, probably in Group 1, and he probably asked for his money back because I felt like Belly when Black was on the couch mad at Sincere. I'm feeling a lot of heat coming off that couch. That's how this dude was in my comments. And I get it. He felt like, because this process has been dragged out from his perspective for 6 months, because he probably was the first people that jumped in to the Black Table program back when Troy first put it out. And there's been some trial and errors. Guys, this is business. Grow the fuck up. I hate to say it like that. You should have had some shit going where you didn't have to just rely on this. Hell, you could just be doing what I'm doing and just take advantage of what the government's offering. I'll respect you more. You know, this is business. Everything ain't going to happen perfect. Let's just keep it real. I knew going into this that it wasn't going to be perfect. I was like, when I went to mail Integrity and them the $5,000, you should have seen me in the post office. It was like, it's a lot of money. The lady's looking at me. I was like, is it valuable? And I was thinking to myself, yes. I get it. It's a lot of money. But you can't get in this game if you haven't worked up to that level. And truth be told, the only reason why I'm talking junk is because I was at least smart enough to go after SBA funding and set up my holding company. My company is ready, guys. My company will be a fully functional, in a way you could look at it as a shelf court that I don't have to pay for because it's seasoned. I got a year season on my holding company. I just set it up, let it season. You know what I'm saying? Now it's coming up on a year. I do want to pull the trigger soon because I don't want to wait 2 years. But you guys sitting here bitching and moaning because you sat on your $5,000. Well, that one person was bitching and moaning because I'm guessing, and it's only speculation because he didn't tell me exactly if he was in the black table, but that's what I'm guessing. He was in group 1. You had to spend a few dollars in group 1 in the beginning because they were still trying to figure things out. So I get it. I'd be a little bit irritated that I had to spend that extra money and then I had to wait 6 months. And going forward to this date, they're still, I'm assuming, working what they got to do. But there's going to be, I knew this is business. Everything ain't going to work smooth how you guys think it is. Yeah, they talked it up. I'm going to keep it real with you. But that's, you can't look at that as just scamming you necessarily, because it's kind of like you got to read between the lines, because you got to say certain things as a salesman to get you to buy. Let's keep it real. I'm not saying Troy's scamming anybody. I'm just simply saying that as a salesperson, you got to talk a good game. Even E. Dean Cole, when he scammed me, technically he scammed me, but I can't necessarily take it legally as a scam. This is why I didn't try to go after him, even though he's in DR anyway, and I wouldn't have won. But the point is, I didn't waste my time because he did provide a service. He set up the holding company, but he sold the whole prospect as it was a lot more he was going to do on the back end. You know what I mean? But I took it as the cost of doing business. I didn't bitch and moan about it. I eventually stopped calling him. You know, I did comment on 1 or 2 of his videos. You know, it is what it is. We got to move on. Until Troy tells me this didn't work, guys, I'm going to give you your money back. You can't panic, and you can't even stress about the time because it's doing business. You got to understand that. And I know as salespeople, we talk it up and make it sound sometimes better than it is, or we should. This is why I always give people disclaimers when they join the black table, because if you go to what the Integrity sales pitch was in the beginning, it was 60 to 90 days. I tell people up front, because I'm no business, if you can't go without this money for at least the next 4 months, don't get in. Because I like to present things directly where you fully understand, so you don't come back to me and try to say scam. But I think we use that word loosely, scam, with sometimes it's just they're making it sound like it's bigger than it is. But that's what salespeople do. You know, it's kind of like you got to have some other stuff going on the back burner. This person probably is mad. I'll tell you why. Because he's probably somebody still working a regular job that he hates. And I've been there. And once you're at a job that you hate, you kind of get desperate, but you don't try to focus on what you could do that will work. That's kind of like what I did before I joined the Black Table. I started working on my own holding company so that I know that I can do it without any help. And then if they get it done how they say they're going to get it done, it's a plus. But either or, through my own efforts, I'm building corporate credit on my own holding company. And this is what I'm going to be talking about on this channel if you're new to the channel. But I still believe in Zintegrity, number one, because the coin did do what they promised. Let's give Zintegrity credit for that. The coin, I showed you, I'll probably list it below this video as well, where I actually only $100 lousy $60 I put into this Zintegrity cryptocurrency. And literally in about, I'll say 2.5 weeks, I looked, it was like $1,000. No, not even, about two weeks and a couple days. And it was up to $1,000. It worked. Now, we want this Black Table corporate credit thing to work. But I know that I'm a business person, and things of this magnitude, just think about it. It is $2 million. Do you really think $2 million is just going to be an easy, quick process? It's complicated. They want to make sure the FCC approves everything. They want to make sure it's 100% compliant when they do this, because it can't come off like a scam neither. You guys are forgetting that. If this is not 100% compliant by the FCC, we'll all be in trouble. And I understand this because I understand business. When I put the $5,000 in, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I was like, because I have a little doubt in the back of my mind, but I treat it like any other investment. There's gonna be some risk. I say the worst case scenario, and Troy has stated this in several videos. Worst case scenario, you get your money back. Now, the patient people, and group 200, I call them, the 200 of the Black Table. And shout outs to any of you that got two spots in the Black Table. Because if this thing blows like I think it's gonna blow, woo. Hit me in the comments. If you're in the Black Table, Zintegrity Black Table, please hit me in the comments and introduce yourself and try to get my attention so we can get on the phone and talk, because I want to know where your head's at. Because if this thing goes right, you stand to make a lot of friggin' money. If you got 2 positions in this Black Table, you stand to make a lot of money. Worst case scenario, you get your money back. That's how I treat cryptocurrency. Worst case scenario, I throw some money in there and let it sit long enough, I get my money back. Best case scenario, just like he did with this coin, this Black Table program, they figure out whatever loopholes they got to get around to make it FCC compliant. Boom, it drops. All you people that jumped out of the Black Table, you're going to be mad. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to be mad. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be like, I was there. It's going to be like when Bitcoin dropped and you were one of those people that had a couple thousand in it when it first dropped the first time big. And it shot up to what, like 2018? I think it was high as like, what, 60,000? But you bought it way back in the day. That's how it's going to feel if this Black Table program works. Now, he also stated just being in this Black Table program is why I'm not pulling out and flipping out. Because I feel like I've been waiting a minute. I'm not flipping out because he's offering other incentives. For those of you who don't know, or you haven't been watching the videos, just being in the black table, we're going to get a portion of that 10% earnings. I believe he's giving up 5% to just the 200 members in the group. That's a lot of money because he narrowed it to 200. He actually brought the value up on that because there's only 200 people that can get into that. Like, I'm glad he shut it down, really. Because if you would open that up to more people buy into it, now the value of it is less. But by keeping it 200, we all stand to make a lot of money. If he starts divvying out, I don't care how I get it. If he wants to, where we got to convert it back to Binance and do it that way, whatever. But if I can extract $3 to $5 grand a month, say, from just the earnings, you know, because it could be that much, because it's only 200 members. We're looking at a full-time income just from that. And it's safe to say that we wouldn't even care if, at that point, if this corporate credit thing didn't work out like it was supposed to do. Because we could we could just sit there and keep that money in there just for the fact that we're earning so much on the coin. Not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying, I'm sure he'll give us the option, okay, I'll give you your money back, but we got this option. Let's say it's more options come into play, which I'm sure he's got to provide. If he don't pull off the corporate credit like he says he's going to pull off, and he don't provide any other options other than just the coin, I'm sure it's going to be more options if that happens. But the worst case scenario, you get your money back. I don't think that's bad of a risk. If you're a business-minded person, some of you aren't business-minded. You're just getting started. Maybe this is your first real business venture, whatever. Y'all see, I'm grinding. I'm already doing other stuff. I'm trying to get money out of the government. You know, I get up every day, guys, just looking for grants, loan opportunities that I could take advantage of right now. I'm not waiting on Integrity. I'm not. I promote them because I believe in the company and what they're trying to do. But I'm not waiting on them niggas. I'm doing my thing in the background. And though I admire a lot of other YouTubers, you know, I respect a lot of YouTubers, guys, I believe in myself. I believe my brain and the knowledge I've learned in the past year and a half, my brain is to a lot of these YouTubers' level and mindset. I might not know all the legal jargon, but I have the same concepts. I have the same concept as Glendon Cameron, you know. Not saying that I know the legal side as good as he does. He may know the legal jargon and everything, but my concepts could make people millionaires, and I know this. I have faith in myself that I'm going to make, if I get to the level of millionaire status myself, I'm not selfish. I want to bring 5 other people with me. And if that means you just got to hang around me and just soak in the knowledge, that may be what may have to happen. You know, but I know for a fact, I believe in myself. All I need is the capital. Once I get the working capital, I promise you guys, you will see on this channel proof, documented, Glenn and Cameron call it receipts on this channel. Because I already have I've probably 1,000 different business names I already have written down. I got like $5 million concepts for corporations that aren't even invented yet. I've got ideas for an event space that I want to do. I didn't even tell you guys about the event space idea. That would be big because I'm here in Connecticut. The event space would be big because we don't have any. We don't have any really nice event spaces. And there's a lot of real estate, guys. There's bowling alleys just sitting there vacant. A bowling alley could easily be turned into an event space. Giving your gem right there. Easily, you could turn an old bowling alley into a event space that brings you where like literally every party you can make $2 to $3 grand. And yes, this is now. I'm not a genius, guys, and that's the crazy part about this. I tell you on the channel, I barely made it out of high school alive. I'm not that smart. It's just I'm smart enough to know that I could take the right companies and leverage my life. You know, it's like what I did with my brother's 401k. Like he wouldn't have known, oh, I could just go take this 401k to this company and get extract the entire money and start a business. He would have never known that. It's just that's how my mind works. I'm always thinking about the next level. So just imagine when I have the corporate backing, the corporate spendable backing. Corporate credit alone could actually take for example, car rental business. I'm hearing a lot of people out there getting on Glendon Cameron because he buys his cars cash mostly. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. But in a sense, I could do something similar with corporate credit because I could take corporate credit and purchase the entire vehicle. So now it's a company asset. Even though I still have a debt on the card, that asset is still a company asset now. And as long as you could turn that, because normally it was a liability, as long as you could turn it into an asset by making it make some money. You know, so it's actually a faster strategy because Glendon has to take this cash. I would rather keep the cash reserves and use the corporate credit to purchase the vehicle. And you still get the title like Glendon has. You know what I mean? And it's not that I'm genius. It's just this stuff is common sense. Common business sense strategies. So now it didn't come out of my pocket to purchase this, say, a $30,000 vehicle on, say, a Divvy business card. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a company asset now. I got the title, everything. Now, as long as that car's making money on Toro, hire car, now it's an asset to the company that is actually producing money. You know what I mean? So this is what we're going to be talking about on the channel. You know, but you guys got to be patient and Z-Tegrity, as far as the black table, give them their time, because like I told you, if you truthfully, you should ask for your money back. If you can't handle the pressure, you should get your money back, because you're just gonna regret the whole process and be upset and mad. You should get your money back and invest in, say, you could actually hit me up and I can show you the slow way to set up your own, the cheapest way possible, set up your corporation. I even give you a rock bottom low price. If you're one of those people that dropped out and you got your money back and you want to build your own holding company, say, and slowly build up the corporate credit, I'll help you with that process for a very fair, what I consider a very fair price. You know, depending on what state you're on, it'll have to be a lot of on the phone, back and forth, but I'm sure we can make it work. Because I still feel like I'm not mad at those people for being impatient. I still feel like they need some guidance, because now once you have something going, now when an investment opportunity comes up like what Troy's offering, you're not so upset about it and you're more willing to risk the money because you got some shit going. I think the only people that are really mad that they don't have a lot going or they're still at a job they hate, and I get it. I'm willing to help. Now to get started, you got to show me some dedication and at least get the holding company course. And then after you get the holding company course, right now it's only $49. It'll say $97. $49. That's the price I used to charge to get me on the phone anyway. We'll get on the phone for an hour, discuss where your business is at, and I'm willing to help you if you want to start fresh and set up your own corporation, start building the corporate credit on it. It's going to still take about 6 months, which you've been waiting so far. So that person who was bitching and moaning, he was waiting 6 months. He didn't get anything done yet, which I understand his argument. But you still gotta be patient if you're gonna build it the slow way. And you could get probably in the next 6 months, easily 50 to 100,000 in corporate credit, the slow way. But I also have some tricks and tips. This is why you want to pay me, to speed that process up. So we can speed that up by way of using the right fintech banks. And you're probably going to go with a credit union for your first business account, because there's some advantages with certain credit unions. Not only Navy Federal, there's actually like 5 other credit unions out there that are very generous, similar to what Navy Federal does. So, and if you have a great credit score already, the process goes like this. We could probably narrow that 6 months down to like, literally you can have corporate credit in, the first couple of months if you're willing to leverage your personal credit. And we have a certain bank, I have certain banks that you can go with. They're only going to do a soft pull on your personal, and it'll still be a business debt. So we have the solutions now, guys. We have the solutions to build your corporate credit on your own now if you have good personal credit. This is why I also say personal credit is important, because now there's a lot of fintech banks and credit unions now that will just do a soft pull on your personal and give you a line of credit on your business. They don't even care what your business is doing. If you have like a 740, boom, you're in there. So that can even speed the process even more. But it's more likely that the people that are complaining, they don't have something going, or didn't know they can get something going, and not just rely on companies like Ztegrity to do everything for them. I'm kind of hoping everything pans out. I ain't gonna lie, guys. I'm hoping it pans out. Yeah, I got a little doubt, But you see, I got so much going on, I think I posted a video already where I just got excited because I got the $5,000 supplemental targeted grant from the SBA. And I got a little excited, and I jumped on, did like a 2-minute video about it. That $5,000, I just made $5,000 for my business. You know what I mean? Literally, and doing nothing but applying. And the minute they sent the email, I'm jumping on it. A lot of you wouldn't even check your damn emails. Literally, I wake up in the morning, I'm checking emails. That's why it's probably the best way to contact me is through email, just because I read my emails every day, because I'm looking for SBA funding. I'm like, and yes, this may be my last money I can suck out of them. This might be my last amount, unless they redo the PPP. I'll get the second draw, but at least this I don't have to pay back. This will be $5,000. I will not have to pay back. And then I'm gonna go to Rod Squad channel and look on his list and see what other grants I can apply for. Because Rod Squad, he has a channel, Spanish dude in New York. He got a whole list of stuff that people like me don't even pay attention to. Whole list. I'm gonna go down the list, okay, see if I can qualify for this, boom. This is all based on being an Uber driver that I applied for this money. And you fellow Uber drivers, I don't know, I might have to start taking a consultation fee for just Uber drivers, because you guys really don't know nothing about this SBA money. If you are an Uber driver, you need to hit me in the comments ASAP, get in contact with me, email me, and we need to talk. I might have to come up with a fee where I just literally talk to these Uber drivers and let them know what's going on, because now they're opening up some of these grant opportunities to new people now, finally. I got it early. I started like 2019, guys. I was on it. Like when you watching YouTube, as soon as they say something about grants, I'm like, I'm on the computer. Can't even type, just, you know what I mean? I'm on it. That's how you gotta be to be in this economy. Glendon talking about you can't even be laid up with Big Booty Betty. You can actually be laid up with Big Booty Betty and still get some of this government funding. As long as you're at least checking your emails and you got to get up, get your breakfast, and put in a good 2 hours paying attention, you could be laid up with Big Booty Betty all the rest of the day. Technically, I could do that. I choose to spend a good solid 6 hours either on YouTube, on the computer, or on my phone. I'm usually checking my cryptos on my phone. I'm checking my emails, and I'll spend some time with furthering my education, what I call education, which is watching somebody's YouTube channel, usually on stuff about Toro, Airbnb. You gotta use YouTube to your advantage. I'm sucking in all the knowledge I get off YouTube. And it's a lot of them. I'll tell you some. Social Proof, David Shands, Earn Your Leisure, another fantastic, best podcast I think in the world. Two black dudes, who else? Richard Fain, I think his name is, Richard Fain. It's kind of like Glendon, older cat, but he got a lot of knowledge. Black people doing it this year, guys. That's another thing. Black people, especially out of Atlanta, I'm thinking about moving to Atlanta just because there's so many black people getting money. I just want to be around that energy. It's either gonna be Florida or Atlanta. Hit me in the comments. I know Florida will make me more Airbnb money, so I'm not gonna hate on you if you guys pick Florida, but pick one, Florida or Atlanta. I'm thinking about moving eventually, starting a living trust that hopefully will control all my assets. That's the plan. That's the overall plan. Let me know what you think about the plan. Well, back to Integrity, guys. I get it. That's why I'm trying to offer alternatives to help you out. I'm a real down-to-earth guy. Some people, think I'm bigger than what I am because I'm on YouTube, but as long as you're spending some money and you're not wasting my time, I can show you ways to level up with even just the $5,000. That's all I did, guys. I'm just leveling up off government funding, and the only thing I actually am selling really outside of Integrity is my holding company course. Other courses will come in the future because now I'm thinking about a fintech bank course, but obviously I want to apply for these banks before I even give them out to you guys. So I'm working on that in the background. I'm thinking about possibly doing a fintech bank, but I'll be putting it all on the line, all my secrets in that course. It won't be like the holding company stuff. It'll be all my secrets because fintech banks is how I'm going to speed this journey up. Let's say that the black table thing don't work. I know some of you don't want to hear that. Let's say it don't work. I'm going to use fintech banks to leverage my holding company I have now and speed up the process of the corporate credit on that. You know what I'm saying? And then keep in mind it's a year old, so I got some seasoning. I'm basically doing what the Integrity Black Table's doing, but mine is a slower process. But I was already had things pre-set up before I got into the Black Table. Guys, I'm not smart. I'm not. I admit it. I'm just taking other people's ideas and giving you my interpretation of it. I'm not a financial advisor or consultant even. I may call myself a business consultant because there's really no license for that in Connecticut. But not a financial professional at all. But I'm smart enough to know I can leverage other companies and knowledge to build my own economy and create something bigger for myself. And that's what I'm working on. Obviously, the media stuff is going to help do the attraction marketing to get you guys to look into my life and see what else I'm working on. So if I do event space, now I got the channel to let you guys know, yo, come holler at me at the event space. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got to think. This is how we got to think, guys. So if you were one of those people, again, I am willing to help. It's not going to cost your whole $5,000. You know, you may have to put most of that in your bank account if you don't already have one, but we can talk about it. Thank you guys for your time listening to me rant. If you want to hear more about this stuff, all you gotta do is subscribe, like, comment, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you.